Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is your friendly neighborhood gamer, Doczilla, and this is my first impressions video of RWBY Grimm Eclipse's Horde Mode. This just dropped today, along with the Juniper DLC. The DLC is $5 in the Steam store. You don't need to buy the DLC to get Horde Mode. That comes in automatically in the update. But Juniper is still worth investing in. I'm going to do character guides for Juniper like I promised I would if they came out. I might update the RWBY guides too because the characters have changed just a little bit. Probably not. But the Juniper guides are going to be something I'm going to work on this weekend. What I'm going to try and do is get up to their ultimates so that I can let you know what that is as well. I already have some first impressions of the characters, and they're a lot of fun. It's worth every penny. And so is Horde Mode now. The game really feels complete with it, and I'll get more into that later. But it's really worth the buy now. So if you haven't bought RWBY Grimm Eclipse yet, and you're a fan of RWBY, go ahead and do it. Probably before October 22nd, and then get some friends together and have a blast with it. It's a whole lot of fun. So how do you do Horde Mode? Well, here's the thing. You gather up a bunch of your friends into, a four-man posse, as usual. You collect a bunch of lien, which is around the map, either in crates, or you get it by killing monsters or completing objectives. Gather up the lien and use it to buy turrets. These turrets will help you defend the points across the map. Now, the points are a problem because they cannot be repaired. And if you lose one, you lose the whole game. That's it. Game over. You're done. Thanks for playing. So don't let yourself get too bogged down in one spot. Always be on the lookout for another spot, I guess. Those tips will come later. But defend those points, and if you do get overwhelmed, it's okay to scream. It is okay to scream and cry. It is okay because Horde Mode is merciless. They will just keep coming at you until you are dust. And that's fine. That is really good because it's something I really like. Yes, the characters in the campaign can be pretty overwhelming, but in a mode like this, it really adds something to the game. It just really sort of refreshes the experience for me. You can make the easy comparison to stuff like Left 4 Dead, or maybe the new Brawl thing they have with Overwatch for Halloween. But it's still really fun. It just adds another node or another dimension to this game that wasn't there before. And of course, the last time I played this game was, back before they finished the game. But it really does sort of fill out the last of it. I finished the campaign and found myself sort of wanting for more. I felt like there was still not enough meat on this game's bones. It's very lean. It does what it sets out to do. It's a fun experience, but there's not a lot of sort of other stuff to really delve into. It's just sort of you do that, and then you replay it a couple more times with your friends, and unless you have some friends to keep you entertained, you're going to probably want to hang this up after a while. But Horde Mode is really fun. It really doesn't have that issue because you can just dive in with a bunch of your friends and just slaughter. It's a lot of fun. What I do wish is that you could repair the turrets using Lien, because I feel like that would just add more to it. You get a couple different types of turrets. There's machine gun turrets, there's ice turrets, grenade launchers, and shotguns. Each one of them is a different investment. The machine gun is the cheapest. It's about 3,500 Lien. And among the most expensive are the grenade launcher and the shotgun, because those are the most effective. They're about 5,000. They're really good buys, but it would still add something to the game if you had to make that choice between either reinforcing that really expensive grenade launcher turret you have, or investing in something cheaper and saving up the Lien to repair it if you're able to salvage that. It would be a good way to add dimension to that game, other than just, waiting for a turret to explode and then throwing down another one, then another one, then another one. It kind of makes you feel like you're playing a pay-to-play version of Torbjorn, which doesn't really work for RWBY. So that's the one nitpick I have. But it's the one nitpick I have. The rest of the game is really fun. It's really, really tense when you start getting all the points lit up and the Horde just rushes in. You have to deal with Merlot robots and Grimm and Merlot Grimm experiments as you go through this, so your points are going to get rushed really quick. So here's some tips to just surviving it and just really enjoying it to the most. Tip 1, learn the map as much as you can. Just play it through it a couple different times with some friends, by yourself. Learn where the turret positions are, learn where the points show up. Learn how to really optimize what you're doing. With the best turret placements, you're able to get really good effectiveness out there with the whole mode, as long as your team is, staying on these points and helping you defend them. That's my tip 2, is that don't spread your team too thin. Yes, it's tempting to have one huntsman and, 5 shotgun turrets to cover a point, and you might probably win a match that way, but at the same time, they could be overwhelmed. and it's really, really hard to come back from that once you're overwhelmed, because the damage to the points, like I mentioned, is permanent. So once that's hurting, you can't really fix it. So if you get a point down to, like, say, 2 or 3 points of health, it's a good idea to start reinforcing that position, not just with turrets, but with bodies. Like, put other huntsmen or huntresses there and just help them out, because that might just save your game. But those are my tips for Horde Mode. Horde Mode is fantastic. You can get it right now in the new update. You can play it with all your friends. The Juniper guides should start tomorrow. I'm starting with my boy Jean, and I'm doing Lai Ren after that. Then will come Nora and Pyrrha probably on Saturday. But like I said, my goal is to probably get through them and make the actual guides. I might do a separate video now that I'm thinking on it for their ultimates, but I would still love to be able to show you those ultimates in those first videos. But definitely worth a buy. Wonderful addition, Rooster Teeth. Good job. High fives all around. Way to go. Horde Mode is fantastic. I'm your friendly neighborhood gamer, Doczilla, and I'll see you next time.